It is 9 minutes past 11. You are listening to the Mid Morning Talk on Slam Media with me, Maryam Mkwanda. So, April is World Autism Awareness Day, or rather month. And on Friday, the 2nd of April, was a World Autism Day, a day that was created to raise awareness about autism spectrum disorder. So, if you haven't noticed, I am wearing the color blue. The Color Blues Association to Autism originated with the Autism Advocacy Association, known as Autism Speaks. Their Light It Up Blue campaign calls for people to wear blue to promote autism awareness. Joining me on the other side of the line is Elfreda Baartman, as well as her husband, Gavin Baartman. They currently reside in Kimberley, but originally from Cape Town. She is the Regional Development Officer for the Northern Cape, and she works for Autism South Africa, here to give us some more information about autism awareness, or rather autism spectrum disorder. Good morning to the both of you.
Good morning.
Good morning, Maryam.
Thank you for joining me on this day, this Thursday rather. Elfreda, what is autism spectrum disorder and what causes it?
Autism spectrum disorder is a developmental condition, and there is no, we don't know how it happens or what is the cause of autism. There's still a lot of research going on to really find out the cause, but it's still unknown.
Mm-hmm. Now, you are parents with to children with special needs, one of whom has autism. And as a parent, what are your days like? And how do you cope? And does it get any easier? I'd like Gavin to answer this.
Thank you, Maryam. Well, as a father of a daughter with autism, um, at the beginning it was quite challenging because we did not know much about autism. We did not understand the condition, and we one thing that helped us from the get-go, we equipped ourselves with knowledge. We went online, we did studies and to learn about autism, and it put us in a position to assist our daughter very better. So we she got therapy early on, and yeah, it made some change. It helped with the development. So immediately there was much more improvement because we um, got early. There was early intervention. So that is the key, I would say, for families. So yeah, it does get easier, but every day is not the same.
Mm-hmm.
In
And
short,
speaking of every day not being the same, what treatments are available and what works for you guys?
There's no treatment for autism,
Mm-hmm.
but there is therapies like occupational therapy and speech therapy and physiotherapy that can help the child. Um, but what they really helps for us is the understanding that we have now about autism, because in the beginning we really didn't know how to, and like Evan said, we educated ourselves and that helped a lot. But I must say that each child is affected differently, so that's why you will see different displays of autism. And what we mean about every day is not the same as one day she will be able to communicate well. Remember, autism also affects the communication and the behavior of the child. So today she might be very social with us. The other day she's a bit withdrawn.
mhm.
Sometimes she's good at speech and sometimes she's not. So every day it's different. Even with the food, remember it affects all the senses. So one day she will eat, say for instance, she will eat noodles today. Tomorrow it would not taste the same for her, and she wouldn't want to eat it. So every day is really different.
Mm-hmm. All right. For people who are not aware about autism spectrum disorder, what are some symptoms that we can be aware of?
We do not talk about symptoms. We talk about
Mm.
signs,
All right.
because autism is is a lifelong condition, and
Mm-hmm.
there's no cure. So if we talk about symptoms, then we would suggest that it's a sickness, and it's not.
Yes.
It's a condition. So we talk about the signs. The signs will be like with us, all our milestones was delayed, and that is how we realized that something is not right.
Hmm.
So she started talking late. She was about 4 years old, and we still couldn't figure out what she was saying. She started crawling at a year and started walking at about 2 to 3 years old. There was no joint attention. She just wanted to be alone. She didn't like to be rocked. She didn't like to be held when she got hurt. So those are the things that you can look at. They are mostly withdrawn, and you will also see repetitive behavior like stimming, rocking back and forth, making humming sounds, hand flapping. Those are the kind of behaviors that some of them display. Like I say, not everyone is affected the same way.
Yes, can I also add there that sometimes the way they play with toys also can be an indication.
Yes.
Like the normal child would play with a doll in a certain way or a car in a certain way. However, the autistic child will focus in on one specific thing, like maybe a car. They'll flip it over and they'll play with a fiddle with a wheel, and that will be fascinating to them. So they won't play like the normal child.
So the
We
neurotypical
call it
child.
neurotypical, but I'm using the word normal just for the
Yes.
sake of reference.
Yeah.
Yes. So how they play is also a good indication. Sometimes they not play with others. They may play alongside them,
Mm.
but not really with them.
And what I want to add is also, most of the time they line up their toys. They will stack it up. They will make it in a circle or a square.
Hmm.
But they will always. That is one of the core things that you will see lining up toys.
Mm-hmm. Right. Are there different levels of autism spectrum disorder? Like, can it become severe at some point?
Um, some children are affected severely, and some will be affected moderately. Um, it just sometimes people just see the behavior, only see the behavior later in life, maybe when the child is 3 or 4 years old, then the behavior is displayed. Like I said, children that is moderately affected might be able to learn to read and write and go to school, where others are so severely affected. It is going to school and doing daily tasks are very difficult for them.
Mm. And that's why autism is called a spectrum disorder, depending how severely you're affected, and you will display different traits of autism then. So yeah, that is one of the things about uh, the, the difference. Not everybody is affected the same,
Mm,
and but one of the things, as children get grow up and they get intervention, they develop and they learn to cope with certain things. And yeah, so it does get better a little, as I said earlier, but it also doesn't mean um, the child has learned this and overcome this permanently. They'll never have a problem with that. They've dealt with it. Like we said, sometimes it's a day-to-day thing,
mm,
but early intervention is definitely key, and it
yes.
helps and improves the child's life and that of the parents, because in dealing with children with autism, it can be very taxing on the parents, depending how severely the child is affected.
Mm, yes.
Mhm. All right. Alfreda and Gavin, please stay with us. We're going to take a quick break and we'll continue after.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Depot, conveniently situated in the Duzimed Medical Center, Corner Burger and Bosel Street, Pietermaritzburg. We provide safe, affordable, and convenient medical facilities, open till 10 p.m. every day of the year. We have a full-house clinic that operates from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m., which is run by a qualified sister. The clinic offers immunization, vaccination, wellness, general consultation, and more. Call Duzimed Medicine Depot on 033 3421200. Duzimed Medicine Depot, your pharmacy of choice.
From the townships of South Africa, the refugee camps in Syria, or orphanages in Yemen, the eyes of the needy speak volumes with just one glare. We know what it's like to be at ground zero, with food essentials, clothing and blankets, fresh water portal trucks, and even on-site navigators. We use every cent to better their tomorrow. Become part of our journey to bring relief to all. Go to www.ashrafulaid.org or call us on 011 809 8181. Ashraful Aid, under the auspices of Maulana Suhail Wadi.
The Al Baraka Transactional Banking Loyalty Program puts cash back into your pocket.
Welcome back. You are listening to the Mid Morning Talk on Salam Media with me, Maryam Mkwanda. It is 21 minutes past 11, and still with me is Elfreda and Gavin Baartman, who are talking about autism, because it is Autism Awareness Month, rather. Uh, Thank you for staying on the line, Elfreda and Gavin. So, autism spectrum disorder affects up to 2% of people in the world. And there's this misconception amongst people of color that there's something wrong with your child, or perhaps that your child has been bewitched, or something that you might have done to somebody that caused your child to have autism spectrum disorder. So why isn't there more knowledge and awareness around autism spectrum disorder? Did you get the question?
Yes. You are breaking up. I can't really.
Can you just repeat the last
Again,
part?
yeah, because it's breaking up a little.
All right. So there's a misconception that autism spectrum disorder, when it affects people of color, rather, that something is wrong with your child, or you might have done something. That's why your child is experiencing this disorder, or your child was bewitched, or whatever the case may be, especially amongst us people of color. And it affects up to 2% of people in the world. So why isn't there more knowledge regarding autism spectrum disorder?
That is the misconception, yes, that it affects more people with color, but I can assure you it affects all races, whether you're black, white, colored, Indian, whatever. It affects across the globe, everyone. And yes, there are the misconception of children is bewitched, or you did something wrong as a parent. And that is the first thing that you ask yourself when you find out that your child is autistic. I mean, I also had those questions, what did I do wrong? But I always tell people this example about our lives, about ourselves. With our first pregnancy, I was pregnant with twins, and unfortunately, they passed. and my second pregnancy was with Abigail, and I did everything in my ability to to see that this pregnancy is going to go through and everything is going to go well.
Mhm.
So I took the vitamins, I did everything to the book. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I didn't do anything like that,
Mhm.
and still yet she was born with autism. So that shows me that it's not a parent's fault. It's just something that happens. Like I said, we don't know how and when it happens, but it is something that happens. It's not the parent's fault. It's not bad parenting or anything like that. Um, and I think the reason why there's not a lot of um, knowledge
Knowledge.
about autism, it's because we need to do more awareness. Um, like I said, not a lot of people know about autism, so that's why we do a lot of awareness to make people aware of autism. We just had an autism awareness campaign now Saturday that passed, the Hoods for Autism. I think I told you about that. And a lot of people was asking, what is autism, And
Yeah.
there are different ways of creating awareness, and that was just one of our ways that we use to create
Mhm.
awareness, and it made a huge impact. So
Mm-hmm.
awareness is key. I think that there need to be more
Yeah.
awareness about autism.
So I want to say that on why I think in years past there has just simply not been more effort to bring awareness among our communities. For some reason, this knowledge has just not come to us, and
We
especially
didn't know about
yes,
autism.
yeah, when our child got diagnosed, we asked anybody around. It was like nobody knew nothing, and we realized also that a lot of people haven't even heard about it. I think now in this few years now past, more people are starting to hear from it,
Mm.
but they just hear the name, but they
Mm.
don't know anything, no clue. And the sad reality is also there's some medical doctors that doesn't really also have much knowledge
Mm.
concerning this. So the chances that people are diagnosed when they go to the GP is really slim because
Mm.
they rarely up to never think of autism really, or
Mm.
and to look in that direction.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Now, speaking about that, did you have a situation where Abby was misdiagnosed?
No, we didn't have that. When we saw there were all our milestones was delayed.
Mm-hmm.
My sister-in-law was working at Mediclinic at the time. She was working in the peds department, and she told me that Abigail is showing signs of autism. That was the first time that I heard the word. So we took her to the pediatrician. She was 2 years old at the time, and the pediatrician said, "Yes, it looks like autism, but let's give her more time." So we waited, and we took her back. I think when she was 2.5, and then she said, "Yes, it's autism." We went for a second opinion in Bloemfontein when she was 3 years old. And then the doctor also there confirmed that it is autism indeed.
Can I add the following? Fortunately
Yes.
for us and for Abigail, we were very into this and hands on. So we noticed very early that there's something that's not like it's
Mm,
supposed to be. So we
Mm-hmm.
started early. We actually took the tests. We had scans, two scans, that brain scans that they did,
mm,
because we observed some things, and the brain scans came back normal. So I want to throw this in also here now that
Mm-hmm.
going for brain scans, that kind of test is, you won't detect autism, because
yeah,
autism is usually diagnosed when a team of professionals they sit by observation, how
mm,
observe how the child would interact and do certain
yes.
things, and in that way. But there's no like medical test, blood test,
Or
or
urine test,
yes,
nothing like
that
that.
can be
Yes.
done too. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, in terms of research in South Africa, what more needs to be done for autism spectrum disorder?
I I think we need more understanding,
Mm-hmm.
and we need more awareness, and we need acceptance. That is what we need. Awareness, more awareness, more acceptance, and more understanding. I think people really need to educate themselves in order to understand this condition, because it's very complex condition.
And
I
where can
think.
people get some more information?
You wanted to say something?
Oh no, no, it's fine. Information can be there's I think Autism South Africa is the one good source of information. They've got the regional development offices in the provinces. So yeah, I'm now speaking for them. Maybe my wife should be speaking in
Yeah.
that regard.
Yes. I just want to make this clear. My husband is not working for Autism South Africa.
Yes.
I'm the one working from South Africa. He just helps me. When I do training, he's my driver. He helps me set up and all those things. And and he speaks with the dads because a lot of dads is in denial. But anyway, where you can get more information, you can go on our website www.ought2know.co.za. Ought for autism, AUT. Yes, that is the website. And then you can also contact me, Elfreda Baartman. Um, you will see on our website all our regional development offices information is there because we're in 8 provinces. So in whichever province you are, you can contact us. You can get our contact details there. But my contact details, my cell phone number is 071 473 4293. It's 071 473 4293. Or you can pop me an email at ncape for Northern Cape, ncape at autismsouthafrica.org.
All right. So thank you so much to the both of you for your time and for sharing that information with us. It has been indeed informative and a lovely chat. And I love
Pleasure.
how you guys are such a family and are passionate about raising awareness and education around autism spectrum disorder. Have a wonderful day. All right, so that was Elfreda Baartman and her husband Gavin Baartman. They have 2 kids with the special needs, and Abigail, who is 10 years old, is currently living with autism spectrum disorder, and she works for Alfreda works for Autism South Africa, and she's the regional development officer. If you'd like to know more, the website is on screen right now, www.ought2know.co.za, and you can get some more information there, as well as your regional officer who is available, whom you can contact for any further information right there. And you can wear blue in support of Autism Awareness Month, because April is Autism Spectrum Disorder Awareness Month. For any more information, please leave your comments, questions, queries, or suggestions in the comments section, or send them to us via WhatsApp. The number is 061 766 0355. We will be right back.